on with the show. The story dominating the papers over the last few days has been the breakup of Katie Price and Peter Andre. Now, it's been alleged that she's been begging him to take her back by sending texts and calling him to try and reconcile their relationship. It's been reported that he's avoided her pleas and is pushing ahead with the divorce. Now, of course, we can't confirm whether these reports are true, but should you ever really beg someone to take you back? What do you think?
Well, obviously, logically, no. Because, you know, people say, oh no, you're going to lose all your pride and all of that. But the problem is, when you're in love with somebody and you've just split up or they've just left you, your heart totally overrules your head initially. And when you really love someone, you do anything to try and get them back.
Do you think it's worse if you feel like you made mistakes and you want to maybe try and rectify them?
Absolutely. If you can, you know, you go to them and you're like, I promise I'll change and I realise the mistakes I've made and I'll try again. But then when that kind of goes, when all of a sudden you think, actually, I'm getting over this a bit now, then your head kicks in and you go, I'm not going to beg anymore. You know, I've lost all my pride.
It doesn't feel like begging in that circumstance anyway.
No, it's desperation almost, because you love them.
Because your heart's broken.
Yeah,
I used to let go of relationships. With hindsight, I think I used to let go of relationships much too quickly when I was younger. You know, I just think, right, that's it, it's over, you know, it's gone wrong, we can't fix it, I'm moving on. And I regret that, I have to be honest. And since I've become older and wiser, I've realised, especially if there's children involved, you know, a relationship is worth fighting for. And I think it depends what they're begging you to do, in a way. If it's just a kind of blanket emotional response, please come back, that's not going to work. But if they're saying, look, please come back, or please let me come back, because I want to commit to change. I realise my part in the breakdown of this relationship. I want you to realise your part, and I want us to get help and to change. And if somebody's begging me to do that, or if I'm begging them to do that, I think that's worth listening to.
But you see, I've been in that situation where someone has begged me. Oh, yes. Has begged me not to leave. I know, hard to believe, but it's true, ladies and gentlemen. Where they've begged me not to leave, and because I've still been in love with that person, I've said okay, and they've promised to change, and you know, and you go, okay, I'll stay, and the tears always break my heart, you know, especially if a man's crying, you know, I just think his tears break my heart. But what happened in that case was that I stayed much longer than I should have, and all of a sudden I realised he wasn't actually changing. What he was doing was, oh, if I do this, it makes her stay, and then I can still go off and do what I need to do and come back and cry again. And then what happened is I became very cold, because all of a sudden I thought, I actually now don't want to stay. You know, I've given you the chance, I don't love you. I did, and I lost all respect.
Yeah, exactly. Manipulated.
And it was weird, because then the next time he came in crying, I was so cold. I remember thinking, doesn't affect me at all. You know, and that's when I knew I gave you a chance, and now it's...
And also, it is very, very difficult if you're the one who has made the decision to walk away, because, you know, a lot of the time, obviously every situation is different and unique, but a lot of the time people don't just get up and walk away one morning, just wake up and think, where you go. It's normally been a very long, slow build-up, and normally there's been lots of chances given, you know, without anybody else knowing about it. So I think that, you know, there's two broken hearts in any breakup, and it's not always the one that's left behind that is the most devastated, and it's a very difficult thing. Like you say, that once somebody's lost their dignity and they're begging you to come back, if you've taken as much as you can, you do feel
See, I'm
cold.
the opposite of Lesley. When I was younger and I was in a relationship, I really tried the hardest I could, and I stayed, and I did everything I could possibly do.
I so admire that.
I really did. I did everything I could do, and I really believe that now. You know, I look back and think, well, you know what? There was nothing more you could have done. Now you say you're wiser and older, and you would do, now. No way. Do you know what? He'd be out within a minute and go, you're not doing that. I don't believe it.
Is that because you feel that you wasted those years trying to make it work? So you kind of wasted your life trying to make something work that wasn't there.
Isn't that a lesson to learn, though?
At least
but when you're younger, you know, they say the youth is wasted on the younger. You do things from your heart, like you just said. You'd never actually think, you know, you never comes from here. Now it would, now I'd understand. But the thing is, though, you say that's fantastic, but the years I wasted was so terribly sad. And, you know, you need to have wasted all those years. If I'd have had one single brain cell earlier on, I would have learned ever. I mean, even the brain cells I have now don't make me sensible.
No, but Sherrie, you shouldn't feel like that, because love is so powerful, and when you love someone, you will stay, and you will give everything, and you will try.
Yeah, but you see, the difference was, it wasn't love.
What was it?
It was commitment. I was committed to the marriage, the baby, and the house, and that was wrong, because it wasn't love.
Well,
it turned into real.
I think it's a shame though, Sherrie, because I do think it's really affected you in the respect that if somebody wonderful came along now, there's such a wall up. I don't think you'd let them in.
I mean, I don't want to sound pathetic, but I mean, the wall has gone up. Well, because the wall has gone up.
Doesn't normally bother you.
But the person that would come in and, you know, 1 single second of a text or a phone call, you know, and I'd go up, out, no, out, up the stairs. I wouldn't know what to do there either. So. Okay.